So I thought I'll quickly introduce Lila Global because many of you know us as GMS, which is essentially a recycling company which started 30 years ago. But we have, in our own right, become a fairly mid-sized, ship owners. Through this presentation, I want to give you a bit of a perspective where I'm coming from and what kind of questions I'll be able to answer. So as Rania pointed out, we have currently about 40 ships. We are, agnostic to any sector. We have dry bulk, we have tankers in dry bulk, we have handies to capes. So we are opportunistic investors. We do invest, value investors, I would say. We invest at the right time and we run the vessels. And the idea with which we are acquiring these vessels is to enhance the life of the vessel, increase the life of the vessel. Because at Lila, we believe that we still do not have answers which fuel to order ships with. And therefore, it's important that we continue with what we have till the time we find a viable answer. And then order with the new fuel so that because whatever you're making today may become obsolete in 10 years. And that's when the real problem is going to start. So it's important that as technology comes in, we try to use technology to ensure that we run these vessels better, reduce the carbon footprint, which we are all committed to, and at the same time, make this business more sustainable and resilient over the long term. Okay, the fleet we have currently is 39 vessels valued at about 630 million. This graph actually shows how we grow. We are, like I said, value investors, so at times we do keep buying and selling. Last 12 months or so, we have sold a lot of tankers which we had. We started with 15 tankers, currently only 5 because it became a two-tier market and we wanted to get rid of, because we could not do certain markets, so we had to exit the business. So essentially, the reason I mentioned debt is not because the bankers here, I'm looking for debt, is essentially to tell you how to make this more sustainable. Of course, we have to link the CO2 emission angle to it and Poseidon principal angle to it. But as of now, we have kept a low LTV for a reason, and I'll explain it to you during the course of this conversation. The reason, of course, we are getting into this also is, apart from sustainability, increasing life of the vessels, because it's highly profitable as well. Because for the small amount of investment, you can actually make returns which are slightly higher, and that's good news for our shareholders and equity we want to raise at some point in time. So it's basically a good financially sustainable model as well. I can keep taking you through the slide and tell you how beautiful I am, but it's important for me to give you a perspective saying where I'm coming from. So high returns is in red. So please invest with us if we ever come out with an IPO. So our competitive advantages, like I mentioned, we are essentially, our origin is from GMS, which is essentially a cash buyer for a lot of all floating assets, and we take them to dry, we sell them to yards and we recycle them. So essentially, the site we have and we have as a group, we have actually ordered brand new vessels as well, and we ordered in 2017, and we took delivery of them. So it's so from cradle to grave, we have seen everything. So the site, the vision we have, or the information we have, the knowledge we have of the entire industry, puts us in a very envious position when it comes to taking decisions on when to buy, what to buy, when to sell, when to not buy, and when not to sell. So, and of course, gives us perspective on recycling, where we are coming from. So we can work backwards from recycling, and we can actually move forward from new order, building order as well. These are some of the advantages which we find. We have, as GMS, done more than 5,000 vessels over 30 years, so that gives us a very unique position in the industry and the leverage and all the relationships which we have over a period of time. So this is currently where we are. We have 12 capes, Panamax, like I mentioned, from MPP handy to capes on our vessel, on our tankers. We have LRs, LNG, chemical tankers, and we have 2 container vessels as well, which we've recently acquired. And 1 passenger vessel, Cordelia, fairly famous for the wrong reasons, but nonetheless. So we run this in India currently. So it's doing quite well, actually. So this is what we are targeting. We'll be 50 vessels strong very soon, but next year, if the market actually corrects itself, we do believe there's some correction expected in the market, especially on the dry bulk side. If that happens, then we may reach it quicker. We are waiting. We are ready with all our resources to enter at the right time. So yes, we will be growing and in the same segment. I may add here, the average age of our fleet is actually 14 years. While it's a challenging fleet, but it's, like I said, our belief system is that we have to increase the life of the current fleet before we actually decide as an industry what we want to do, which fuel we want to order with, what exactly are we looking for. So till such time, we believe that we need to keep extending the life of the current fleet. So this is short and sweet. This is what I wanted to share with you. Of course, I'll be happy to take questions at the right time. And anything Rani wants to ask, I'll be happy to answer. Thank you very much.